Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Cancer July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 23rd. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on the self-interest, new beginnings, one's outlook on life, the appearance, early childhood, perhaps people from one's early childhood, for making first impressions, and even a grandmother in some cases. Now, given that this is Cancerian energy, well, this could be done with a lot of tenacity, very nurturing energy, very sympathetic energy, and especially perhaps in matters toward those from one's early childhood and a grandmother even. These matters may be done also with a lot of dedication, devotion, and diligence and care, and also a lot of sensitivity and emotional energy. Now, the thing is too, given that this is where you're talking about the sun and being and you're talking about the first house being emphasized and highlighted. This could be, in some cases, shining the light, so to speak, on a Cancerian physical issue. It could be something connected with the chest, the breast, or even something with the stomach area. This could be something, too, where in some cases, remember that the sun rules the left or the right eye depending on gender, and this could be like one of those moody temperamental eye issues one may incur at this time. It might be something where perhaps one just feels better than the other and one just doesn't quite feel right, or if it's sore or something. So it's one of those, it could be one of those things. So anyway, next thing up, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 23rd until the 31st. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there may be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on income generated, finances, monetary matters, resources, possessions, one's values, self-esteem, self-worth, and buying and selling. Now, given that this is Leo energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of pride and dignity, even extravagance, but done with a lot of magnanimous and generous energy perhaps as well, and a lot of self-assuredness and confidence, and also perhaps with a lot of that Leo ferocity. Now, given, this could be also a time where the light might maybe shine, so to speak, and perhaps a loss could be a Leo type possession or item. It could be something like an entertainment item, could be like a movie, a VHS tape, a VCR tape, or even something that or maybe a DVD player, anything. It could be entertainment or anything Leo related. It could be a golf item or anything related to entertainment. So anyway, anything Leo related. Well, the next thing up, there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, given we're talking about a solar eclipse as opposed to a regular new moon, it's like a new moon, but it could be more powerful and more monumental. Really, it could be life-altering, and the effects may be more sustained as in contrast to a new moon. Now, in some cases, this could be perhaps in isolated case, could be something life-altering, Cancerian physical issue that may be the beginning of it. This time, it could be something with the breast, the chest, or something with the stomach. This could also be, in some cases, about perhaps the departure of a Cancerian dominant male authority figure. It could be a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics. It could be somebody that played an integral role in your new beginnings, perhaps, or some kind of outlook on your life, and really somebody you knew from your early childhood. Now, in some cases, I could see this as being the arrival of one as well, which could actually have play an instrumental role in your new beginnings, perhaps at this time for you, and maybe even making first impressions on people, things that are first house related. Now, also too, it could be the new beginning of maybe showing strong devotion and dedication to the physical body if you've been somewhat lackadaisical for some time, Cancer, and it's something that you've been planning on for some time, you've been procrastinating. It might be time where you might begin to take care of your physical body more, and it might be life altering. It could be something that's very sustained for a strong period, maybe working out vigorously with a lot of that Cancerian tenacity. Now, another thing could also be another way this may manifest as well. I mean, this could be a time too where it could be, in some cases, an issue with an eye, perhaps. It could be something where it might be one of those moody temperamental issues that it might be again. But I think a lot of this is predicated and dependent on the aspects this makes to points in your chart. If this is something where, say, it makes an adverse aspect to your natal sun, say you have a Cancer ascendant and it makes an adverse aspect to your natal sun, this could really maybe reinforce those issues, perhaps, or give a greater propensity toward maybe some issue with the eye. If you have something in your chart which shows a propensity for some kind of eye issue, such as your natal sun making an adverse aspect to your ascendant, that could be another indicator. But anyway, well, the next thing up is there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 16th. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, so we're talking about a lunar eclipse in contrast to a regular full moon. This could be time for some ending, or it could be very monumental. It could be very life-altering. This could be a time, too, where you might feel like become very tired, full, exasperated, so to speak, in a very depressing or limiting relationship situation, or maybe make a self-revelation to you that you have been inhibiting yourself. A lot of your maybe relationship issues, for example, maybe self-sabotage or limitations due to maybe you not being aggressive enough or assertive enough to pursue them, and maybe this forces you maybe to make some kind of change in connection with them. It could be an end of a certain relationship that might have been with a person that might have been overly negative or pessimistic and was just having this detrimental effect on you. Also, too, in some cases, this may manifest in the end of a Capricorn business partnership that you might have had for a protracted period. It could be something, for example, with government work or some kind of political connection, accounting, dentistry, information technology. In some cases, too, this could be manifest in a prominent Capricorn female that may depart from your life. It could be somebody you were in some kind of partnership with, or it could be a significant other, a marriage partner. It could be somebody, in some cases, it could be a grandmother. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. It could be the time where perhaps a legal issue might come to an end, which was perhaps very constant, very enduring, something that was causing a lot of despondency. Perhaps it could have been something Capricorn related, such as maybe something with a dentist or some accounting issue. It could have been something, in some cases, of just maybe something with your reputation. Perhaps it could be like for slander, for example. It could also be a time where a structured legal settlement finally reaches a culmination or a completion, and even in some cases the revelation or unveiling of a Capricorn open adversary, which might have very lifelong sustained effects. It might be something that could be very enduring, unfortunately, or it could simply be the end of perhaps a situation where you had a Capricorn open enemy, and there's a reconciliation, perhaps too. That could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Mercury will be in Leo as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 19th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself boasting and bragging about your income, your possessions, and also thinking about making money, generating income, perhaps with a lot of self-confidence and self-assuredness at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, you might find yourself too dealing with perhaps rather know-it-all domineering type neighbors that might think they know everything about you accumulating possessions and making money. And also too, you might find yourself at this time, remember that Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant siblings, or simply ones that embody Leo traits that might figure very strongly in your self-worth, your self-esteem, your possessions, monetary matters, even your values at this time. You might find yourself also dominating conversations, perhaps with people that you may generate income with at this time. And also you might be thinking about matters that had to do with your pride, your ego, which may have an effect on your self-esteem and your self-worth at this time. But you might find yourself talking a lot about Leo values, such as being creative, self-confidence, self-assuredness, being generous, having pride, dignity, doing things that are Leo related, things having courage, valor, fortitude. So anyway, well, next thing up, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as July goes. From the 19th until the 31st, it will be retrograde, and the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, you might be reviewing, in some cases, some Cancerian physical issues. It could be something connected with the breast, the chest, the stomach area. You might find yourself really very more loquacious, more voluble than usual, but talking about Cancerian new beginnings, such as something connected with laundry, culinary work, cooking, home renovation, remodeling, roofing, siding, home caregiving. And also too, as I stated before, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian characteristics that might play an instrumental role in your new beginnings at this time. It could be in making first impressions on others and things related perhaps to maybe physical issues as well. Maybe giving you advice on in terms of doing things for your physical body in some cases. Now, also too, you might find yourself dealing with very sympathetic, nurturing neighbors, because Mercury can also be associated with neighbors that might be caring about you personally, your physical body, making new beginnings, making first impressions on others, especially if you're maybe applying for work somewhere. And also too, you might be talking a lot about things from the past at this time, and really in family and home related matters, and again, more voluble, more loquacious than usual. In some cases too, this could be about breathing issues. Mercury can be connected with breathing, and it could be like, for example, like a food allergy, because Cancer could be connected with food. Say if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal Neptune, that could perhaps increase the propensity for some kind of allergy-related issue. And since you're talking about Cancer energy, Cancer Mercury, it could be something like a food allergy. So anyway, next thing up, Venus will be in Gemini as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 3rd. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself finding manifold things you might enjoy in solitude and seclusion. In some cases, this may manifest in a clandestine affair with the Gemini. It could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini characteristics. In some cases, it could be a Gemini relationship driving you figuratively crazy. You might be dealing with more financial restrictions and limitations than usual. It could be due perhaps to spending as quickly as you make money. Also, too, you might also value loquaciousness, dexterity, variety, versatility, being witty, quick thinking, in matters that with people perhaps that are prominent in your private life. It could be perhaps doing things for those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, the hungry, and also maybe valuing being quick thinking and really outmaneuvering people that are hidden adversaries, such as people pretending to be your friends, or those people that might be, for example, if there's anybody bashing you online anonymously and trying to get to the bottom of who those people are. Now, the thing about this too, this could also be about superficial loves that might be tied into one's secret sorrows at this time, and might be tied into one's self-undoing. Even a love of vicariousness may be tied into one's self-undoing at this time, such as living out others' experiences as opposed to maybe doing them yourself. Last but not least, Venus will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 3rd until the 18th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, this could manifest perhaps in a lot of self-love, loving your Cancerian qualities, loving your sympathetic, nurturing side, your ability to care, and being compassionate, and showing unequivocal love perhaps. Could also be about spending money on self for Cancerian things. This could be things connected with cooking, laundry, home-related items in general, things that are about caring for yourself. It could be, in some cases, too, providing safety and security for yourself. You might find yourself at this time, Cancer, if you're unattached, you may connect with a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. It might play an integral role in your new beginnings, perhaps. It could be somebody that really has a strong impact on your outlook on life, even your appearance. And also, too, this could also be about valuing sympathy, empathy, tenacity, devotion, dedication, diligence, care, and being nurturing, perhaps in matters with a grandmother. It could be also someone you knew from your early childhood, perhaps. And it could also be about making money through something Cancerian related, which is tied into a new beginning. It could be something with cooking, laundry, culinary work, home remodeling, renovation, home caregiving, perhaps something related to water, such as working as a lifeguard, perhaps, or some kind of swimming instructor, anything that could be Cancerian related. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Cancer July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Cancer July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you. Make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.